And we can clearly see that.
Live on YouTube, live on YouTube, live on YouTube. It's Cheryl Shana, aka Sunshine Murray. And welcome to my channel. Thank you for all the subscribers. I appreciate you guys' comments. I appreciate you guys subscribing. I'm going to get right into this tonight. I just left my other channel. So it's about surviving procrastination because I said, well, I could just do this tomorrow. But no, I'm already surviving procrastination, years and years of procrastination. Some of us are guilty of that. And when you procrastinate for years, it begins to be a build up of a lot of things that shouldn't be. Even when I was younger, I didn't take bills, the regular bills that we have. I procrastinated on paying those bills, and I would come home and there would be no lights, no water, and no gas. Not that I didn't have the money to pay the bill, but I would be procrastinating when I see the bill, and I thought that I would have forever to pay the bill. So, procrastination once you procrastinate, it causes an effect after an effect after an effect. And so this is surviving procrastination. There is 1,440 minutes in one day. And I've had this card for so long. A man gave me this card maybe 5 years ago, and I'm gonna read it to you. It says, "Be who you are. When you know, you'll just know. Maybe the journey isn't so much about becoming anything. Maybe it's about unbecoming everything that isn't really you, meant to be in the first place." Okay? It says, fear the feel the fear of change. That's the fun of the journey. This is a bookmark. One of a guy I met 5 years ago. He owns his own photo company, and he told me, he said, "You know what, Cheryl, it's 1,440 minutes in a day. How are you going to utilize your day?" And he gave me this. He said, "Just do it. Just do it. Stop wasting your 1440." And on the back of this, it says, "I am infearable. I am free to be me. Free, free, free." And I believe the reason why we procrastinate is because we don't want to do that thing. And I was watching a video the other day. It was basically saying we all have a problem with for doing the one thing that we should be doing, and we procrastinate on that, and we do other things. I wanted to read out of we're our book reading. That's why I came on here, because we're going to be doing a daily book reading, and so I didn't want to procrastinate even though it's like 12 midnight. Our book reading is a book written by Andrew Santella. It's about Charles Darwin, and Charles Darwin, it talked about his life. It began in the beginning about how his father was telling, encouraging Charles to do this and Charles to do that, and Charles would say, "When I get to it." And Charles Darwin came up with something that saved the world, the health industry. But for so many years, he built barnacles, and that's all he did. But he did take care of his family. He had a family during this time. But things that he was supposed to do for himself, he never gotten to it. And I'm just going to read an excerpt from out the book for tonight's book reading. I'll get back to the regular readings because we left off on page 6. But I'm going to read something from page 9, and it says this. "I don't recall exactly when it occurred to me to write a book about procrastination, but I do know that for a long time after I had the idea, I did nothing about it. I make the mistake a lot of procrastinators make. I made the mistake a lot of procrastinators make." That's how it says in the book. I made the mistake a lot of procrastinators make. It's maybe an error. I told friends about my idea. They encouraged me. They told me they couldn't wait to read the book. This was the worst possible thing they could have said. They meant well, but what they didn't understand was that their encouragement only made it less likely that I would ever get around to actually writing the book. It wasn't that I doubted it was worth writing, just the opposite. The more enthusiastic I got about the book, the more difficult, the more impossible the writing became. I'm the kind of procrastinator who puts off longest that which most urgently needs to be done. So when I might have been working on my book about procrastination, I was instead alphabetizing my collection of LPs, or painting a radiator, or watching YouTube videos of someone else doing barking at a tablespoon. I was vacuuming the stairs or shopping online for Clyde Frazier's basketball shoes. I was sweeping up the kitchen floor unnecessarily. I was eating every last scrap of cheese in our refrigerator, or trying without success to repair a dripping faucet. There were even moments when, and this is my deepest, darkest shame, I listened to sports talk radio. When you go around telling people that you are at work on a book about procrastination, you learn just how common this kind of task avoiding is. People love to confess to procrastination. They can't wait to tell you about their favorite ways to put off what they should be doing. Everyone procrastinates. One bird watching procrastinator told me that he found an analog for his habit in the natural world. A bird faced with a rival and unsure whether he should fight or flee, one often do neither. Instead, the bird will peck at the ground. For birds, too, life is a matter of finding something, anything to do other than the thing you can't bring yourself to do. In the course of preparing to write, which is to say, not write this book. This is the person who's talking who wrote the book, Andrew Santella. In the course of preparing to write, which is to say, not write this book, I mine deep into the literature on the topic, not so much because I am a diligent researcher, but because research is everyone's favorite way to put off actual writing. It is a version of pecking at the ground, I suppose. My research turned up the same figures again and again. 20% of us are chronic procrastinators. A third of us all American undergraduates call themselves severe procrastinators. 100 minutes of every workday are derided away by workers. I also noticed that many of the researchers writing about the topic confess to the habit themselves. One of the recurring tropes of academic writing about procrastination is the self depreciating aside about the delay in writing up research results. What surprised me most, though, was how many people had dedicated themselves to studying procrastination. A growing pile of journal articles examines the damage done by procrastinators to the economy, to the public health, to our collective emotional vigor. School counselors and life coaches offer solutions for the chronic postponer. Whole shelves could be filled with popular advice books about beating the habit. Maybe the great paradox of procrastination is that it has spawned such a lively mini industry and that it keeps so many people so very busy. Some of my friends got the wrong idea about my plans for this book. They thought I had in mind an advice book, a few anecdotes about high achievers, a summary of the secrets of their success supported by the least scientific research. Follow this example, and you too can be happy, fulfilled, professionally stellar. But I really wasn't interested in convincing anyone to do anything or not do anything. In fact, I wasn't even interested in putting a stop to my own procrastination. My aim wasn't to end my habit, but to justify it, to excuse it. I hope that if I look through enough history and enough scholarship, I would be able to find some pretext or rationale for my habitual delay. I understand that this may not be the healthiest attitude, but it's the one that has always come most naturally to me. Self help books leave me cold. All that business about dutiful achievement and personal advancement. If I really wanted to advance myself, I would have done so by now. But of course, I haven't, not yet anyway. And if I had, I probably wouldn't be so interested in procrastination. Whenever I face a particular difficult writing assignment, the first thing I do is go to my bathroom and scrub at the grout between the tiles. It's not that I require a spotlessly clean bathroom, and it's not that this mindless labor helps me think creative thoughts. It's that as long as I'm cleaning the grout, I cannot really be expected to be doing anything about writing project that is troubling me. A person can only do as only so much after all. So I'm going to end it there. This is a book called Soon by Andrew Santella. It says that Soon is a utter delight, casually, you're right, full of delicious anecdotes and brutal honesty. Uh, so Soon is basically a book. It started off about Darwin, how Darwin waited so long to let the world know what he had figured out that would help the world, and why did it take him 20 or 30 years. And now we're into where the author is talking about how he didn't want to get over procrastination to even write this book. So grab this book or look this book up. It's Andrew Santella. Um, this is a great book. It's called Soon, and it's about different analogies of procrastination. Now, the name of this video is called Surviving Procrastination. And the way I go about surviving procrastination is getting on this YouTube, sharing these books, sharing this content. I am Cheryl Shauna, aka Sunshine Murray. Like the content, subscribe to my channel, and I hope that you comment about your situations or how you're surviving procrastination. I hope that this book is resonating. I hope that these videos are resonating, that it touches someone. Those of you that is not going to see this live, that is going to see this after it is a live broadcast, comment. Thank you for your comments on our last book, our last book stories. Thank you for the subscribers. Comment below, and definitely let us know what you do to survive procrastination. And I'm going to be talking about some more tools. I'm glad that I got through this video. It's other things in life that I haven't been procrastinating on, even with the dishes. I've been just like keeping them washed constantly. Like, okay, sometimes I say, okay, I'll do those in an hour or two, or I'll put those greens on later. So just overcoming the effects, surviving procrastination, because once you procrastinate once, years ago or months ago or weeks ago, it definitely catches up to you in your life. So tell me your stories about surviving procrastination. Share some book titles. Tell me what you think about what's going on with the book that we're reading soon. We're going to hurry up and get through this book. In the next couple of days, we're going to be finished with this book, and I will be introducing the next book that we will be going over, and it is the Willie Lynch Letter and the Making of a Slave. Okay, that is the next book that we will be reading on our book story books, and finding out what mental and what physical effects that we may be dealing with as a community, as in a culture, when we get into the Willie Lynch letters. Okay, it's a small book, but it packs a punch, and thank you again. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, hit the notification bell so you can get content like this, so you know when I am doing content like this. Definitely go over to the Michigan Queens. Get some merch. That's over on Facebook. I am Cheryl Shauna on TikTok. Follow me and I follow you back. Shout out to the BFE community, the Big Friend Energy community on TikTok. That's part of a community where we support each other at. And also, shout out to the DET Awards. The DET Grammys is April the 20th. Those of you that are following the Grammys, go over to DET Hip Hop channel on YouTube. So it's Cheryl Shauna, aka Sunshine Murray, on Instagram. And I am out. Peace.
Good podcast. I need your last couple. You know.